compound interest. First of all, I will compare compound interest and simple interest. Okay, let us consider these two tables. So I am assuming 1000 rupees as my initial investment, or which is the amount I took as a loan. Okay, at the rate of 10% per annum. It is very simple to understand if you consider the values. Okay, first year I have to pay 10% of 1000 rupees. So I have to pay 10% extra for 1000 rupees. So what is 10% of 1000 rupees? 100 rupees. As an interest, I have to pay only 100 rupees extra. But my initial will not change. Okay. For the first year, I have to pay 100 rupees as a compound interest. Means, for the first year, simple interest and compound interest is same. For the second year, I have to pay 100 rupees only. But in compound interest, it will change. Why? Because the main important thing is in compound interest, from second year onwards, the principal will change. Okay. What is the principal in the second year? Okay. For the first year, I have to pay 1000 rupees as my initial value and 100 rupees extra. Okay. For the second year, the principal will be changed to 1100 rupees because he will consider the interest. So, compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. Please remember this point. So, in the second year, he will consider this 100 rupees also as an initial or principal value because I have to pay 100 rupees also. So, initially my amount is 1000 rupees. When I am going to second year, I have to pay 100 rupees extra. So, my principal is, I am considering this extra 100 rupees also as my principal. So, from the second year onwards, the principal value changes. Due to the changes in the principal value, the interest also changes. So, always the simple interest and compound interest is same for the first year only. From the second year onwards, compound interest will be different, will be changes. How to calculate compound interest? So, compound interest formula, amount equal to principal into 1 plus r by 100 whole percent time period. Okay. How many years? If you are considering, you have to mention here only. If it is for 2 years, principal into 1 plus r by 100 whole power 2. Okay. If you go by the formula method, you will face very typical problems because if you don't know the squares of a bigger values, then you will stuck at there. Okay. Let us consider it is a 20% as my rate of interest. So 1 plus 20 by 100 for 3 years. Principal is 1000 rupees. 1 plus 20 by 100 whole cube. Or my rate of interest is 12.5%. 1000 into 1 plus 12.5% by 100 into cube. Then you have to consider 112.5 by 100 whole cube. Then how you will solve this type of questions? So, if the rate of interest will be in decimal values, then how will you solve? For this type of problems, don't worry and don't use the formula method. Okay? Formula method is only applicable to calculate amount. Here the formula is for only amount. Please consider this. The formula is only for amount, not for the compound interest. So amount means what is interest plus principal. If you ask only what is the compound interest, what is the extra money I am paying when it is calculated on compound interest, on the basis of compound interest, then what is the formula for compound interest, especially for only compound interest? It is r by 100% whole power n. Then you have to consider the 20 by 100 whole power 3 or 4 years. Then you have to calculate the 5 power 4 or something. So if you don't know the squares, how can you calculate power 4? So that's why don't use this one. The concept which we have already discussed in the successive percentages. What is that? What is successive percentage? If you go through the profit and loss and discount concept, then you will find this successive percentage. What is this successive percentage? Plus or minus x percentage, plus or minus y percentage, and plus or minus xy by 100. So I am calculating because the overall change is different. Successive percentage or overall change in terms of percentage. So let us assume 5000 rupees I bought from a person. Rate of interest is 10%. Time period is 2 years. Okay. What is simple interest and what is compound interest? Try to calculate. We know simple interest is same. So first year 10%, second year 10%. Okay. How much it is? Total 20% I have to pay. What is 20% of 5,000? It is 1,000 rupees. Means I have to pay 6,000 rupees as the amount and I have to pay 1,000 rupees as my interest. Then go to compound interest. Okay. Compound interest for first year 10%. But second year it is 10% plus 10% of 10%. Because what is the definition of compound interest? Interest on interest. So first year it is 10%. Second year is 10% on principal and 10% on interest. Interest on interest. So 10% of 10% means 1%. So for the second year I am paying 11%. Totally for 2 years I am paying 21%. So in simple interest I am paying 20%, but in compound interest I am paying 21%. Okay. So here it is first year, it is second year. So 10% on my principal amount first year. Second year also 10% on my principal plus, because second year my principal will be changed in principal plus interest. So principal 10% on principal and 10% on 10%, because the extra value is the interest value. 10% on 10%, it is 1%. Total it is 21%. What is 21% of 5,000 rupees? It is 6,050 rupees. So extra I am paying 50 rupees. Then what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years is 50 rupees. That's it. So we are covering the 3 models. So how to calculate the compound interest? What is the difference between the compound interest and simple interest for 2 years? And what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest in terms of percentages? Okay. For this type of problems, use successive percentages. The compound interest is calculated on per annum. Then only this formula is applicable. If it is calculated on half yearly or quarterly, then how you will calculate? Half yearly means then you will use this formula 1 plus r by 2 by 100 whole power 2t, because I am compounding it in half yearly. If it is quarterly means, so 1 plus r by 4 by 100 whole power 4t. If I don't know the squares, how can I calculate power 4? So that's why don't use formula, use successive percentage. Okay, same problem, 10%, 10%. Okay, 10%, 10%. For 4 years I am calculating. For simple interest it is 40%. For compound interest, first I will calculate successive percentage for this 2. It is 21%, and successive percentage is for this 2, 21%. Again calculate successive percentage for this 2, means 21 plus 441. Okay, this is 21 plus 441. XY by 100. By 100 means 42 plus 4.41 means 46.41. So I am paying 6.41% extra. Due to compounded, it is 6.41% extra. So we are starting with the basic problem. Principal is 5,000 rupees. Rate of interest is 10%. 10% for time period 2 years. What is simple interest and what is compound interest? What is the difference? I am solving 3 problems in one data. Okay. Principal is 5,000 rupees. Rate of interest is 10% and 2 years. So simple interest I am calculating, and compound interest at a time. First year it is 10%, means 500 rupees. Second year also 10%, 500 rupees means 1,000 rupees. Here 10%, 500 rupees. Second year 10% plus interest on interest 1%, it is 11%. What is 11%? 550 rupees means 1,050 rupees. What is the difference between these two? 50 rupees. It is a basic problem. So always he will ask up to 3 years only. Okay, he will not consider beyond 3 years. Okay. For this, please remember this table: simple interest and compound interest. Okay. Rate of interest I am considering only 10%. First year, second year, and third year. 10% means 10%. First year same, second year same, third year same. When you calculated simple interest. But when you are calculating compound interest, it is 10% plus 10% on 10% means 1%. It is 11%. For third year, 10% for first year. Second it is 11%. Third year it is interest on interest. Up to 2 years, what is the interest? 21%. So interest on interest, 10% of 21% means 2.1% means 10 plus 11, 21 plus 2.1%. The third year it is, okay, it is 23.1%. So overall for 3 years it is 30%. Third year it is how much? It is 23%. So for this is 33.1%. Means the difference between simple interest and compound interest for 3 years at the rate 10% per annum is 3.1%. So the values will be changed based upon your rate of interest. It is not a standard values. So I am considering this 10% per annum. Okay. When you are calculating about 12.5% other than 10%, then how you will calculate? So it is, if you consider 12.5%, then use this method. It is nothing but 1 by denominator power n. Okay, 1 by denominator power n. In this type of problems, he will mention the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is 650 rupees. Okay, the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is 650 rupees. Then at the rate of, what is the rate of interest? Let us calculate 12.5%. The difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is 650 rupees and rate of interest is 12.5%. Then what is the principal? We know the time period, we know the difference amount, we know the rate of interest. We don't know the principal. We don't know the relation between compound interest and simple interest. Okay. The only one logic here is the rate of interest. Rate of interest should be written in the form of 1 by denominator. What are the values? 12.5%. Here I can write it is in the fractions 1 by 8. If the rate of interest is 10% also I can write 1 by 10. If it is 20% I can write it is 1 by 5. It is 25% 1 by 4. Okay. If any rate of interest which can be written in the form of 1 by denominator, then only this method is applicable. 1 by denominator power. Okay. How to solve this type? So the difference is 650 rupees and the rate of interest is 12.5%. I am writing it is at 1 by 8. So I am considering the power of the denominator only. What is 8 power 2? For it is 2 years, time period is 2 years. Means 8 power 2 means 64. I can calculate simple interest and compound interest at a time here. Okay. 64 rupees. What is the rate of interest? 1 by 8. 1 by 8 of 64 is 8 rupees for the first year. So I am considering 64 rupees as my principal value. Just my assumption, my consideration. Okay. 1 by 8 of 64 is 8 rupees for the first year. For the compound interest also it is 8 rupees. Second year it is 8 rupees because simple interest is same for every year. For compound interest 8 rupees plus 1 by 8 of 8 because interest on interest. First year interest and interest on first year interest. So it is 1. 1 by 8 of 8 means it is 8 plus 1, 9 rupees. 8 plus 9. So for 2 years I am paying 16 rupees as a simple interest. For 2 years I am paying 17 rupees as a compound interest. What is the difference between these two? 1 rupee. So my assumption is 64 rupees as my principal value. I got difference as 1 rupees. But according to the problem, what is the difference? 650 rupees. So according to my assumption 1 rupee. If 1 is equal to 650 rupees, 64 is equal to how much? Into 650. 64 is equal to how much? 650 rupees. Then solve this 64 into 65. How much it is? 4,160 rupees. Okay, 41,600 rupees is my principal value. So there is no formula for this type of problem. So use this denominator power method. If only the condition is the rate of interest should be written in the form of 1 by denominator only. Then only this method is applicable. Otherwise it is not applicable. Okay. For normal problems, always go by successive percentage method. Okay. Next, try to calculate this one. Compound interest for 2 years. The difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is consider 10 rupees. Then at rate of interest is 10%. Then what is the principal? Simple. It can be written in the form of 1 by denominator. Means 1 by 10 I can write it as. So what is the power? 100. Then what is this? 10 rupees for first year. Second year 10 rupees. It is simple interest, this is compound interest. Second year it is 10 plus again interest on interest 1 rupee. Means for 2 years I am paying 21, here 20 rupees. What is the difference? 1 rupee. But according to the problem it is 10 rupees. According to my assumption, what is the initial value? 100 rupees. But what is the original value? 1000 rupees. That's it. So compare your assumption value with the original given data value. Then you will easily find out the values. Now another method. Simple interest for 2 years is 12 rupees. Compound interest for 2 years is 700 rupees on same amount. Okay? About some amount. So previously we calculated for the same amount, we are calculating the simple interest and compound interest with the same rate of interest. Here he is asking for the reverse. He is mentioning simple interest for 2 years is 12 rupees and compound interest for 2 years is 17 rupees on certain sum. We don't know the sum. We don't know the principal amount. And we don't know the rate of interest. We have to calculate the both. Here two unknown things are there. How can we calculate? What is the formula for this type of questions? There is no formula. So by going with the concept base, simple interest for 2 years is 12 rupees. Means every year 2 years. So equal amounts. First year I am paying 6 rupees. Second year I am paying 6 rupees. Compound interest for 2 years. Because the amount, the initial value is same here. And the rate of interest is same. So simple interest and compound interest are same for the first year. Means first year I am paying 6 rupees. Okay. Same as simple interest. Second year I am paying 11 rupees. Because total I am paying 17 rupees as a compound interest for 2 years. So first year it is 6 rupees. Second year it is 11 rupees. So what is the extra amount I am paying in the second year? 5 rupees. Okay. Upon how much? 6 rupees. Why I am considering 6 rupees? Because compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. So extra value is interest on interest. So 5 rupees is extra on 6 rupees interest. Initial interest is 6 rupees. So I am paying 5 rupees extra on interest on interest. So what is the rate of interest? 5 by 6 means how much? 1 by 6 is 16.67. 5 by 6 means 83.33 percentage. So my rate of interest is 83.33 percentage. With this basic method I got rate of interest. But I want another one. What is that? Principal. How to calculate principal? Just substitute this 5 by 6 in the basic formula. PTR by 100 equal to simple interest. Or compound interest. P of 1 plus R by 100. But it is very difficult. That's why I am considering this PTR by 100. I don't know the principal. But I know the time period 2 years. I know the rate of interest. What is 5 by 6? And what is the simple interest? 12 rupees. For the 2 years. Because I am considering for the 2 years. So calculate this one. So P equal to 12 into 6 by 10. 12 6 are 72 by 10. 7.2 rupees. Initially, I took 7.2 rupees as a loan. So I am paying 12 rupees as an interest, extra income. Because my rate of interest is very high. 83% is the rate of interest. The difference between the compound interest and simple interest or simple interest, compound interest for the 2 years, different values, and try to calculate principal and rate of interest, please go by this method. Okay. For your clarification purpose, I am solving another problem. So difference between simple interest for 2 years is 20 rupees. Compound interest for 2 years is 34 rupees. So I am assuming some value roughly. What is the principal value and what is the rate of interest? Simple interest for 2 years equal to, so 20 rupees for 2 years means first year 10 rupees, second year 20 rupees. Then compound interest for 2 years. First year same 10 rupees. But second year I am paying 24 rupees. Okay. So what is the extra value I am paying in the second year? It is 14 rupees upon 10 rupees. What is 14 by 10? It is 1 by 10 is 10 percentage. Means 14 by 10 means 140 percentage. My rate of interest is 140 percentage. Means for every 100 rupees I have to pay 140 rupees extra. So use this one in the formula. Principal T means 2 years. 14 by 10 equal to 20 rupees. So principal equal to 20 into 10 by 28. It is 200 by 28. How much it is? 200 by 28 means 7.14 rupees. So I bought 7 rupees 14 paisa as the initial amount, but I am paying total how much? 20 rupees as a interest, because my rate of interest is 140%. Okay. For this type of problems, don't use the formula method and don't try to derive the new formulas. Use the basic concepts. Thank you.